If you're going on an Alaska cruise and you're wondering what to pack, this is the video for you. I went to Alaska on a cruise 2 years ago, and as much as I was prepared, there were still some things that I would do and pack differently. Hi there, I'm Ilana from the website lifewellcruise.com. Welcome back to my channel. Now, the last time we went on an Alaskan cruise, we cruised with Holland America, had a fabulous time. We are going to be doing another Alaska cruise. I'm just finalizing it, so I'm going to share the details of it shortly. But today what I wanted to do is go through some of the things that I will be packing as I've already started to get prepared. Now, before I get started, there are two things. Firstly, please let me know if there's anything that I have not mentioned in this video that we should all be packing for our Alaska cruise. Please do let me know down in the comments below. And secondly, if you like this video, if you find it helpful, informative, or enjoyable in any way, then please do give this video a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Let's get started. So firstly, I wanted to show you these touch screen gloves that I got for our cruise last time. And honestly, this was one of the very best things that I bought, and I am going to be bringing them again. So I have them in men's, I have them in ladies, and basically they're like a runner's glove, but they are quite warm, so they are perfect. But the nicest thing is that you can actually, you're going to be taking photos, you're going to be taking videos while you're in Alaska. Maybe you're viewing the glaciers. I can tell you it does get cold. So these gloves are absolutely perfect. By the way, just a little tip. If you think, I don't know if I really want to wear my hat and my gloves, where am I going to keep it if I go out on an excursion? Just to let you know what you can do, these gloves are really thin, so you can just put them right in your hat. Like if you are finished with it, it might be cold in the morning, but really warm up in the afternoon. It doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can just throw this right into your pocket. Now, by the way, I will leave all of the items that I am showing you. I am going to leave all of the links to Amazon down below in the description of this video. Now, I know this is pretty obvious, but it is a good idea to pack a hat. Now, you can definitely pack a hat if you're in a winter climate and you have something you're using already. That's fine. But otherwise, I just thought this was super cute on Amazon. I'll link the men's and the women's as well. And by the way, if you think that you don't wear a hat at home usually, so you're not going to need one in Alaska, think again. I live in Montreal, by the way, so I'm definitely used to a cool or even a cold climate. But in Alaska, I just found that the air is very fresh. So especially early in the morning, maybe you go out on your balcony to look at the view and the scenery around you, you're going to want to have a hat. But even on excursions, when you're out in the water, it definitely can get very cool. Thermal wear to wear under your clothes. Now, my husband Frank wore this thermal wear underneath his jeans, especially if we were on excursions or even walking around the ship sometimes. Now, we did sail in the month of May, so it's a little bit cooler then. If you're heading there in the summer, you may not find that you need this, but if you're going in the fall, likely you will. And this is great because you know how they say to layer your clothing in Alaska? This is exactly what they mean. Put this on, it'll keep you warm, and then on top of it, you can just put on a sweater or a fleece. Now, ladies, I want to show you something super smart and really comfortable. Instead of wearing thermal wear underneath jeans, I honestly didn't really want to. I didn't think I would be comfortable. What I did, I pretty much live in leggings a lot of times during the winter at home, and I thought I'll probably be comfortable either in jeans or leggings on my Alaska cruise, and I was right, very casual, but I found these thermal lined leggings, so they fit like a regular legging, however they keep you nice and warm. Now, the last time that we did our Alaska cruise, I brought this jacket. I wear it at home, by the way. It is one of the very best jackets that I have ever had. It is very thin. It's Columbia, but it keeps you so warm. I don't know if I will be bringing this jacket. I think that we'll be heading there at the end of June or at the beginning of July. So if you've ever been to Alaska during that time, please let me know if you think that I am going to need this. But definitely if I was going at any other time, I would bring a thin puffer jacket. Now moving on to something new that my husband got. So Frank got this vest. And you know what? This is great because something that we realized is, I think maybe especially for men, But if you're wearing a thermal layer and then maybe a sweater, if you put on a vest like this is probably all you need on many days to keep comfortable. And by the way, this is a great price for a very good quality. Now I have to throw in something that you may not think about if you're heading to Alaska, but that is some form of chapstick or lip balm that has an SPF. It really can get quite sunny sometimes in Alaska, or just even the brightness of the snow and the reflection. So you're going to want to have like polarized sunglasses and some sunscreen and some lip balm as well. Now I feel like I'm all over the place in this video, so bear with me, because something that I realized is we did not use this on our last Alaska cruise. However, very, very handy. Usually I pack with packing cubes. I don't usually use these vacuum sealed bags, but I definitely would for Alaska. You're going to find that maybe you're packing bulkier sweaters or jackets or vests, and you can wear that on the airplane, but you may not want to wear all of it. So this is going to help you to actually get all of the air out of, that bulkier kind of stuff and be able to pack your items right in your suitcase. And by the way, these are fantastic. You can actually just kind of squish the air out even without a vacuum. Now, Frank and Ethan got something new this year. They got rain pants. Something that we realized in Alaska is that it rains. So you can expect rain. Now, you can be very lucky and maybe it won't rain a lot, but rain is to be expected, and you don't want it to ruin your days. It definitely did not ruin any of the time that we had in Alaska. So something that many people told us that we were mistaken, we should really bring rain pants, so I did buy them for this time. Now, you'll also want to pack a good poncho. I like this one because it has a hood, and it's got these little, these little pulley things. So this can actually tie tighter around your head. It zips up right over your neck. I hate to be feeling wet and cold, so you don't want that. It even has a good size, even to go over your arm, and it also goes down your leg, so you will not be wet. And by the way, it folds up into a pack just about this size, so you can actually just throw it in your backpack and go. Moisture wicking socks. And by the way, not only are you going to want to have these, especially for those rainy days, but it's also a good idea to throw an extra pair just into a Ziploc and throw that into your backpack when you do go on excursions. And this way, if it rains unexpectedly and your feet do get a little bit wet, and your socks get a little bit wet, but your feet are staying comfortable because of these really good moisture wicking socks, but at least you can change them when you have a chance. Waterproof shoes. Now I have to be honest, I bought these because they were on all of the packing lists and they are very good, but you can see they look like new because they were never worn. It happened to be that it just did not rain very much during our Alaska cruise. So I thought, I'm not going to bring them this time. I even did a video where I shared, these are Frank's, by the way. I even did a video where I shared that this was a mistake. However, I heard from so many people who told me I just got lucky and I should be bringing these to Alaska. So I think that I am going to, but please let me know if you have brought waterproof shoes or waterproof hiking boots. Please let me know down in the comments below. Now, speaking of waterproof, I will be bringing this amazing umbrella. I brought it to Norway for my cruise, and in Amsterdam, of course, it did rain. This was an absolutely perfect umbrella. It was even windy and my other umbrella broke, but this one didn't. Now, I wanted to share a couple of things that you'll want to bring in particular if you have a balcony cabin. Now, one of them is a shawl or a large scarf. And of course, you can wear it inside the cruise ship as well. But on your balcony, you will love having this. You know, when you wake up in the morning or maybe even before going to dinner, you want to step out onto your balcony. You may not want to put on your jacket or something waterproof. You just want to put on something a little bit cozy. So this is absolutely perfect. Now, the other thing is flip-flops. So even if you don't think that you're going to go into the pool or into the hot tub, and by the way, why not? You're in Alaska, but especially those hot tubs nothing more beautiful than being in the hot tub and seeing all of those mountains and the snow all around you, especially depending on the time of year that you are sailing. But you're going to want to have some flip-flops or maybe some slippers to walk around in your cabin, but especially to go out on your balcony as well. Now, by the way, if you're getting ready for your Alaska cruise and you want to make sure that you stay organized and you do not forget a thing, I do have the Life Well Cruised Ultimate Cruise Planner. Now, the Life Well Cruised Ultimate Cruise Planner is a 47-page downloadable printable cruise planner that you could use for this cruise, but you can also print out only the pages you need and print it out for future cruises as well. Now, something that I did, so I did want to show you, is I actually had this printed and bound at my local copy center. So that's something that you can do if you want, or you can just print it out and make your very own binder if you like as well. But I did want to show you, it includes an Alaska cruise packing list, but it also includes a cruise embarkation day checklist, a cruise outfit planning form, a port of call and a shore excursion planning form, cruise budget planning form, and more. I will leave all of the information for the Life Well Cruised Ultimate Cruise Planner linked down below in the description of this video in case you do want to check it out. Okay, now I wanted to show you something completely new, and you may have even seen this on Amazon. Maybe you were even wondering about it. So let's talk about binoculars. Now, these are the binoculars that I have brought before. They work really well for a travel binocular. They're very lightweight, pretty small. But these new ones are really tiny. They're considered a mini travel binocular. They get really good reviews. So I did buy it, and look how small these are. And I did try them out, and I will tell you truthfully what I think. I found the quality to be honestly about the same. So really both of them are quite good. However, I, just for me, found that when I was putting like these on and using them, they just feel a little bit less comfortable for me. I don't know if I'm just not used to it, but this feels just much more like a comfortable fit in terms of size. Either one, I'm sure is good. I'll leave both links down below in the description of this video. But if you have these already or these, let me know what you think. A backpack. Now, I don't always use a backpack, or we don't always use a backpack, but Alaska is one cruise where we always do. Now, this is my favorite backpack. It is about 40 liters, I think it can hold. So you can see it's a really good size. It's also lightweight, and it is water resistant. And I do want to show you something that I really like about it. It's that on the inside, it's got this waterproof pouch. So if you do go out on an excursion, or even if you're flying and you have things that you don't want to get wet, you can put them in there. Seasickness prevention. Now, everybody's a little bit different, but you never know when the motion of the ocean can affect you. So I do suggest bringing something to be prepared in case. Now, I like Bonine. I just have this little package here, or Bonine. It works really well for us, and even preventatively, this is our go-to. Other people like Dramamine. So, and by the way, speak to your physician if you feel that you need to. I am not a doctor. And of course, there's also a C-band. So if you like something that is natural and just works with acupressure on your wrist, you may prefer this, or even ginger candies. Now, I have a few tech items that I do suggest that you bring. So one of them is a portable charger. Now, I have quite a few that I absolutely love, but lately I've been really liking this one because of the different cables that are built in. So I think it's very convenient. You don't want to go anywhere without charging your phone. And something to remember is while you're taking a lot of photos and videos on your phone, in Alaska, it might be different than every day, so your battery is going to lose charge very easily. Air tags. More and more people are saying sometimes that they're on a cruise ship and then their luggage doesn't get delivered to their cabin. Now, their luggage is not left in the cruise port, but sometimes it could be a little bit of a mix-up. Maybe your luggage got delivered on a different deck, or maybe your luggage tag fell off. So it's a good idea to bring some form of Bluetooth tracker. Now, I do have an iPhone, so I bring an AirTag, and honestly, I now put it in absolutely everything from my carry-on bag to my main luggage to even my handbag or purse. Now, speaking of a handbag or a purse, it's a good idea to bring along a belt bag or a crossbody bag. You'll find this so handy both on the ship and in ports. A pool bag or beach bag. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would I need a pool bag for Alaska? Well, honestly, that was something I forgot, and I did regret it. I brought my bathing suit, which I suggest. I brought my cover-up, brought my flip-flops, but I forgot to bring a pool bag because, you know, sometimes you're bringing a book with you, you're bringing other items with you, and you do want a little something. So I have this for the Caribbean. I can just bring this. But the other bag that I have, and you might find this really handy for an Alaska cruise or even for before, is this is just a tote bag. It's by the brand Cruise On. They make really good quality products. So this is something, I might even bring this now that I'm thinking about it because it folds up, I think, even a little bit better. Now I have a few other essentials that I'm bringing with me on my Alaska cruise. So one of them, and you may not think about this, is bug spray. So see if you can pick that up before you get to Alaska. And especially if you are heading there in the summer or whenever it is going to be bug season and you think you might be walking in trails, this is something really handy. Now, something we learned is that we should always bring sort of, you know, a Benadryl or something to be able to put on any bug bites. So now I do have that in my little first aid kit or my essentials. I'm going to show you this too. I have this perfume atomizer. It is so easy to use. I'll never bring a big bottle again. And I also do have a little hand wash laundry kit with me and a little pocket-sized poopery because bathrooms in a cruise ship cabin are a little bit compact and sometimes the smells tend to linger. Luggage tag holders. It's a great idea to have luggage tag holders for all of your luggage. Now, depending on the cruise line, you're either going to need long ones like this. This is Celebrity. But if you're sailing with Princess, as an example, you're going to need the wider ones. I'm going to leave a link to all of the luggage tag holders down below. But this is really helpful and there's less chance that your luggage tag is going to get ripped off your luggage. Magnet hooks. So I can't do a packing video without sharing that it's such a great idea to bring magnet hooks. Now, I found especially for Alaska because you could come back to your cabin and if your jacket is wet, you are not going to want to put that into your closet. And this magnet hook can hold your backpack, your jackets, your hats, and other items. A lanyard for your cruise card. These may not always be pretty, but they are very convenient. I like this brand because you do also have this clip so you can actually take it off the lanyard and you can just throw this into your bag or put it in your pocket or even clip it onto your belt. And otherwise, if you don't like the idea of a lanyard, something else that is really convenient is a cruise card holder, and you can put that right on the back of your phone. A non-surge protected power cube. Now, on a lot of cruise ships, you're just not going to have a lot of power outlets or even USBs. So this is something that we bring. I find this one the absolute best now because if you look here, this actually folds down. So it's even a little bit of a space saver. And you've got 3 electric outlets and you've got USB-C and USB-A's as well. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned because you can bring this on almost all cruise ships, but on Royal Caribbean, they've actually banned this. So don't bring this on Royal Caribbean. However, what you can use, they have said, is a multi-outlet USB. Now, I wanted to share an extra hack with you. Have you ever noticed that in a cruise ship cabin, you have a European outlet? And honestly, most of the time, this is probably not going to be used in your cabin, but you are allowed to use it. So what I suggest you do, especially if you have it at home already, is bring a travel adapter with you. And what you can do then, like this one, I really like because it has these USB outlets. So I have an extra place to charge my phone, to charge my iPad, etc. And you do, of course, have the extra electric outlet as well. A passport holder. Now, this is the passport holder that I use and do suggest. I like the fact that you do have this little wristlet. So as you are walking through the cruise terminal, as you're walking through the airport, you always have your passports and your documents on you. And what I like about this one, I will just show you, is the fact that you have your passports here. If you have your global entry or anything, I am so happy now I finally have that. And I even keep some extra money right in here. And even any documents that you have can be folded. And this way you can keep it right on you. There's even a little spot for your keys. Now, I know a lot of times people do ask me what packing cubes that I recommend. And honestly, there's a lot of good ones. However, I have been using, here, you can see them, Bag Smart more recently, and I particularly like these compression packing cubes. Now I have them in black and I have them in pink, and I do want to show you, if you want to fill up that packing cube, you can see that this one is quite full, But if you want to zip it and keep it nice and tight and keep it more flat and just not fill it up as much, you can do that as well. A digital luggage scale. Now, I think for Alaska in particular, this is very handy because you don't want your luggage to be overweight. And when you're in Alaska, not only do you have bulkier clothes, shoes, so it is possible that your luggage normally isn't overweight, but it can be with all of that. But you might find that you pick up more souvenirs as well. This is very inexpensive and really easy to use, and this way you can make sure that you divide the items in your different pieces of luggage so that you don't get stuck at the airport and have to move things around. Now, I'm going to leave all of the links to the items that I mentioned down below in the description of this video, as well as the LifeWell Cruise Ultimate Cruise Planner, but I'd love to hear from you. Please let me know, when are you heading on your Alaska cruise? And let me know, did I miss anything? What should we all be packing? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Bye for now and happy cruising.